Alright everyone, today is release day for patch 0.1.1 for Path of Exile 2 Early Access. I know there's been a lot of creators making videos on this patch, but I just decided I'd put one out as well. Just a quick one that kind of just touches on topics. I know that there's a lot more deep dives out there, and obviously you have the whole patch notes by yourself if you want to like dive into a specific thing and read it. I'm just going to touch on the important things that I feel are the biggest additions to the game. The first one we're going to look at is just the map device. The end game's been changed quite a bit, so there's actually 4 tower maps now, or 4 new ones. So you can see here's a sinking spire, a lost tower, a bluff, an alpine ridge. There's like many different ones now. And another thing that you'll notice immediately is that the towers actually show their range now when you're in your hideout, and they did not before. And then another really big update is you can actually see citadels in the smoke now. So definitely go back through your atlas if you haven't and look, because you're probably very close to a bunch of citadels, and you can just go back and get those. I think over here I have like 3. Yep. So definitely take a look at your atlas. It's also zoomed out a bit more now. So take a look at your atlas, see if you missed any citadels. I'm sure just about everybody has. So that's one of the big updates. Another one is that for the actual Arbiter of Ash fight, instead of just having one singular portal now, you actually have 6 attempts at the fight, so you can revive yourself 5 times within the fight. Super amazing. They said they're adding it to other Pinnacle bosses in the near future, so that's something to look forward to. Another big update is maps actually have checkpoints now, so if we go into this map that I already ran, you can see that there's a checkpoint here. So let's say like you run the whole map and you forgot a rare at the start and you missed him. Well, now you can just checkpoint back to the start of the map because, yeah, they have checkpoints in the maps now. Super beneficial. Love that. Huge update. What else do we got? There's also a new precursor tablet. There's a boss precursor tablet, so that should be pretty nice. We have a few slight nerfs, I guess you could say. Choir of the Storm, which was what people were using with Temporalis, it can no longer infinitely trigger itself, which is a good thing. Obviously, I think most people knew that that was probably going to get fixed. There was a lot of buffs to map monster density and mechanic density, meaning more shrines and essences in certain areas, and breaches apparently now have 15% reduced monsters and chests. I'm not sure how bad that's going to feel yet. I haven't ran one yet, but I'm sure that 15% reduced really isn't that horrible because it was pretty insane already. There were a lot of monster changes from what I could tell, mostly nerfs to monster damage and better telegraphing of their attacks, which is always great. Love that. Some other minor things to touch on. There was Strongbox buffs apparently, so maybe not as useless now. Potentially something okay. Charm charges now show down here, which is, I mean, okay, kind of cool, kind of cool. Armor has gotten buffed by about 15%. We'll see how that plays out. I mean, it's definitely the weakest of the 3 defenses right now. So we'll see if that changes it at all. Omens spawn more in rituals now, which is a huge benefit because, well, it was pretty hard to find omens, and the good ones are really expensive, although I don't really think that this is going to change that because the high tier crafters kind of set the price on those. Apparently you can now gamble with Alva in the hideout. I have not tried this yet. Yes, you can, so that's very nice. This is good. This is good. Alright, while editing, I did notice I left out one little part. So another really cool update is that you can actually switch out the runes and gear now, which is very beneficial. So you can just click it and accept, and it'll just switch it out. So that's a nice little update as well. What else do we got? Oh, delirium monsters are no longer invulnerable when emerging. That's a huge one because, well, they would just be invulnerable and they would push you around like when they first spawned, which was super annoying. So they can't do that anymore. And then the last thing to touch on here, it looks like there's tons of unique item changes, bug fixes, and then there's some console and controller improvements as well. I'm just going to go ahead and leave the patch notes down there for you guys. I'm not going to go through everything. I'm sure there's a bunch of other people out there that have already made videos that kind of deep dive into a bunch of stuff, but I just wanted to touch on the things that I felt would change the gameplay for myself and just make the game more fun in general. So let me know what you guys think. Good luck out there. Go find those citadels, and I will see you guys in the next one.